And welcome out to Bluffton High School here on the Golden Bears Sports Network as the Bryan Lady Bears and the Bluffton Pirates get ready to do battle here on the Golden Bears Sports Network in this sectional final. Bryan comes in as the number 2 seed here in the Paulding sectional, or the Paulding district, and Elida comes in at number 7 here. And we've seen this team before. Brian Arnold, as the Golden Bears played them back in January 21st, and prior to that game, they had played Elida in the tournament, but not in the regular season. And as you're seeing on the screen as we go at the Golden Bears Sports Network, you can see some of the clips we had. But that game, it was kind of a misnomer there, kind of a game that we didn't really expect to be that kind of situation.
Yeah, it feels like, and we talked about this leading up to this game, it feels like we're probably not going to see the same Elida team we saw the first time. And, you know, they've thought about that game. They weren't very happy with the way that they played. We just got out such a great start, turned them over, kind of blew their doors off early. Game got out of hand with a running clock. So I expect a completely different Elida team, especially early today, just trying to get off to a much better start than the first time.
Absolutely, and you can see the replay clips being shown on there. You know, a lot of times we just say here, Voigt just picking the pocket of Freeman, and you know, that was just a game that the Bears were complete in every sense of the word.
Yeah, and we ran at Freeman a lot. She's 1,000-point scorer, senior best player, and I think we really gave her a lot of fits the first time, and that's going to be in the game plan the same today as the first. I'll try to make sure that when she has the ball, we force her to get rid of it. Don't let her have it back. Don't let her get going is going to be a big key because she's the best scorer by far for Elida.
Absolutely. Elida that Saturday had a real long bus trip up to Bryan, and now they don't have so far tonight, and they've been here quite a bit already. They scouted the first game just a little bit, in which the St. Mary's Rough Riders beat Fostoria 56-38 to move on to the sectional, or the district at Paulding.
Yeah, a little easier drive right up 75 for Elida. They're a little more familiar with this neck of the woods than the Lady Bears, but you know, I'm excited. I think, you know, the first time around was a Saturday, long drive for them up to Bryan, and I think the biggest thing is, looking at it from the Lady Bears standpoint, is let's get off to a good start. We want this to be a tournament run. We don't want it to be a tournament game. So this is your tune-up. This is your chance to get back on the floor. It's been over a week since we played the last time. So come out, get off to a good start, find that confidence, find that good offense, and then let's just have some fun.
All right, it is the Oberlin-Turnbull countdown to tip-off. Oberlin-Turnbull Funeral Home and Crematory, family-owned, family-focused. I had a chance to sit down with Coach Todd Grostein and the Bryan Lady Bears. You're going to hear that after this timeout on Q96.5. The Bryan Athletic Boosters is excited to announce the Community Athletics Capital Improvement Project to update and enhance the football stadium, creating a community multi-purpose facility, safer practice facilities, and a better experience for middle school student athletes. The Bryan Athletic Boosters are actively seeking donations for this project. For more information or to donate, go to BryanAthleticBoosters.com. With your help, they can continue the Bryan tradition of pride, dedication, and excellence. Go Bears! Welcome back out on the Golden Bears Sports Network. Chris Malanga alongside Coach Todd Grostein of the Bryan Lady Bears. And Coach, first off, congratulations on that 4th straight league title.
Well, that was pretty exciting, and says a lot about the kids that we've had go through this program, both past and present. Just the work ethic that they've exhibited, and you know, the dedication and commitment that they've invested.
Yeah, it was a great game. You guys beat Swanton for the title at their place, and you know, really good. Some of those kids have been involved with the program for a lot of years.
Yeah, and obviously it's not been easy. Obviously, Reese Grodehouse has played through a couple injuries, major injuries. Allie Allspaw, you know, she's battled an injury this year, and as well as injuries in the past, and obviously losing Ella Miller to an ACL in soccer was unfortunate, but Blaze Langendorfer's, you know, battled through some tough times in the past, but they've those 4 seniors have stuck with the program and obviously got rewarded for it.
Finished the regular season 20-2, 7-0 in the league. And now the second season begins. So you got check number 1, win that league title. And now we're going to head out onto the tournament trail, and you're going to face a team in Elida tonight that is somebody you've already faced this season. In fact, you beat them pretty handily at our place back on January 21st. but you guys have seen them. They've now seen you. What does that do when you meet in the postseason?
Well, I have a feeling it's going to go a little differently than I did back in January, just from the standpoint. Obviously, they had a long bus trip on a Saturday, you know, after a Thursday night league game. So I think preparation's a little bit different. Obviously, in the tournament, everything changes. There's a lot more pressure. Obviously, it's one and done if you don't get it done or you have a bad night. There's a little more pressure to perform. I think our kids are, we had an opportunity to see them in person against Kenton, and our kids are pretty excited for the opportunity that's in front of them. Obviously, we can't look past anybody, but they're a very good team. They've got some really good players that are athletes, and obviously they beat Lima Bath earlier in the year, which gets your attention. And obviously, being at a WBL school, they've also been tested along the way. So, very good team.
When you look at them again after facing them earlier, what does the matchup look like this time around as far as who you're going to have to look out for, who you're going to have to control, what you're going to have to do against them?
Well, obviously, their best player, number 10, she's the great athlete, 1,000-point scorer. We did a really good job that regular season game of getting the ball out of her hands. We forced her to bring it against pressure. They didn't really have anybody else that wanted to bring the ball or handle the ball. So when she gave it up, we forced quite a few turnovers. And if we're going to be successful, I think we have to do that again. They're playing pretty much all 2-3 zone. They did against Kenton. They did on some of the other films that we've broken down. And obviously, we're going to have to shoot the basketball pretty well. That regular season game, we were able to run up and down the floor. Ella Voigt had, I think, 22 points that first half. A lot of them were in transition off of turnovers. So, again, it goes back to, can we turn them over and get an easy opportunity to score the basketball? If it becomes a half-court game, I think it plays into their hands a little bit. But, I like our chances if we can pressure the basketball and force the issue.
In the past, we've done some good things inside with Kaylee Thiel and then Allie Allspaw. Do they have anybody that matches up with us inside if we can get past that zone?
Yeah, they've got a player. I think her last name's Ward. She's a real athlete inside. She gets off the floor well. She's not as tall as Kaylee is, but very athletic. They bring in a freshman. The freshman played some quarters of JV against our JVs, and against Kenton, she had a really nice ball game. She's about 6 foot tall, but she poses some problems inside and on the offensive glass. Size-wise, we're a little bit, I think, taller, a little bit longer, and I think athletic-wise, we kind of match up well. They've got some athletes that can run up and down the floor if you allow them to. We're just going to, we've always said, defensive rebounding especially, is going to be important for us.
So you guys want to run the floor and they want to force you into a half court. That's what it comes down to.
I think so. They're very athletic. They'll run up and down the floor if we force the issue. The problem is, can we turn them over and force them to play faster than they want to? And we did that the first game. It's going to be important that we do that again when we play them. We shot the ball fairly well. We got out to that big lead, and I think we had a running clock to start the second half, which is pretty rare. And obviously against the WBL school with, I think at the time they had 9 wins, we were kind of surprised to be in that situation. And, I'd be shocked if it was that way again. I'd like it to be that way again, but
right.
We'll see what happens.
Well, I mean, anytime you go in the postseason and it's one and done, there's a motivation there. And if it's a team that's already beaten you once this year, they have the momentum or the motivation to win this game.
Oh, absolutely. And they're going to be motivated to play better than they did the first time. Obviously, we're playing at Bluffton. They've got a game under their belt at Bluffton. We did have the opportunity to go down there for a shootout last summer. So some of our kids have at least played on that floor, and not that it's going to carry over, but the shooting backdrops and whatnot. They're a little bit acclimated to it. You know, you don't know what you're going to get on a Saturday. We haven't played since last Thursday, so you know, some time off. We've tried to keep things as game like and game speed as we can in practice, and kids have done a lot of shooting, so hopefully we're ready to go.
As you've said in the past, they're sick of practicing and sick of listening to you. They're ready to go play this one.
Oh, absolutely. And you know, we haven't talked much about Elida because we didn't know who we were going to end up playing, and you know, these last two practices before we're going to have a walkthrough, and we'll hopefully, you know, reemphasize what we need to take care of defensively and who we need to focus our attention on.
All right, Coach, we wish you the best of luck against Elida and hopefully bring home a win so we can do it again next week.
Hopefully, Chris. Thanks for covering us.
Yep. Coach Todd Grosjean of the Bryan Lady Bears. We've got tip-off coming up after this on the Golden Bear Sports Network.
Why do so many people travel to Jason Dietsch Automotive Services in Edgerton when they want their vehicles repaired? Because Dave Brown and Sam Bailey have over 60 years of experience fixing the problems that other mechanics couldn't. They work on all makes and models, and they specialize on imports. Recently, they have expanded their service area by almost 50%, and they've hired Eston Knurk to their staff. So if you have a vehicle, foreign or domestic, that you want fixed right the first time, take it to Jason Dietsch Automotive Services on the east side of Edgerton.
Back out on the Golden Bear Sports Network. Chris Malanga, Brian Arnold, Lady Bears averaging 54.9 points per game, allowing 33.5. They're shooting 42% from the field, 32% from three, 59% from the line. They're turning the ball over 12 times a game and forcing 20 turnovers. They've out-rebounded their opponent 26-24. And, of course, the last game, that big 58-26 victory over Swanton to get the outright league championship. Now, back to Elida, Coach Elise Jenkins' team. It was 11-12 on the season. 5-4 in the WBL. They're averaging 43 points a game and allowing 47, and they got here by defeating Kenton in the sectional semi.
Yeah, from the time they got out of Bryan and got back into the WBL, I think they kind of got their legs back underneath them a little bit, got a couple wins as the year went on. WBL was a really strong league this year. It was pretty, like, I don't want to say top heavy, it was more like mid-range heavy. Those teams in the middle, like St. Mary's, Van Wert, Elida, Kenton, those guys were all good, and they kind of beat each other up a little bit. Yep. So that 4-5 league record, being a little bit under 500, that's truly indicative of who they are. We just saw a St. Mary's team that had a good record and was more towards the top of the WBL just dismantle Fostoria.
Yep.
And we've seen them. So I think that says a lot about the strength of the WBL as a league. Always a really good girls basketball conference. So, life isn't going to be real easy if you're going in that league night in and night out.
As we heard Coach Grosjean say, he doesn't think this game is going to be like the last one.
No, he talked about Ella Voigt having that great start, 22 points in the first half. And, I think Elida probably had about that many turnovers in the first half. Everything went the Bears' way that day. So, we'll talk about keys in a minute, but one of the things that I think is the start is huge, because if Elida can get off to a good start, do we think, oh, no, this really bad team's keeping up with us, or do we keep in mind, and I'm sure this is what coaches told him, that's not a bad team. We just played really well. We hit them like an avalanche that first game. You got to expect their best shot out of this one today.
All right, I want to thank our sponsors bringing you the game. They include Andrews O'Neill Lowe, the Bryan Athletic Boosters, Bryan Ford Lincoln, Bryan Parks and Rec, Danielle Van Atta Agency, Fackler Monument, Jason Dietsch Automotive Services, Laub Auto Parts, Newcomer, Schaefer, Spangler, Briner and Rakes, Northwest State Community College, Oberlin-Turnbull Funeral Home and Crematory, The Real Estate Advantage, Starks Plumbing and Heating, and Veteran Services of Williamstown County. Going to take a 60-second timeout, come back with our keys to the game after this on the Golden Bear Sports Network.
I'm Tom Turnbull of Oberlin-Turnbull Funeral Home and Crematory. Family-owned, family-focused, celebrating our 100th anniversary, 2022.
It's great working with family. The relationship we have with one another allows us to focus on your family and help guide you through the planning process.
We focus in on your family's needs to make sure that everything is done the way that you and your family want.
Right now, our family wants a Golden Bear victory.
Oberlin-Turnbull Funeral Home and Crematory. Family-owned, family-focused.
Here at
At the Williams County Veteran Service Office, our mission is plain and simple. We are here to serve our local Williams County veterans and their dependents. We are staffed with trained service officers who have the compassion and understanding to assist their fellow veterans in obtaining all federal and state benefits that they have earned. Additionally, we provide emergency financial assistance and transportation to VA medical centers. So if you're a veteran or a dependent of a veteran, stop in today and see how we can help you at the Williams County Veteran Service Office.
Back out on the Golden Bears Sports Network, Bryan and Elida getting set in this sectional final. Let's meet our keys to the game. Sponsored by Carlin Company. The Carlin Company Realty and Auctioneers has been your hometown real estate company for over 45 years. They've consistently remained #1 in Williams County and the surrounding area since 2007. Call us for all your real estate needs. You got about a minute 15, Brian Arnold.
All right, who are we starting off with here for tips?
It's Bryan Golden Bears.
Keys to the game. All right, let's talk about our girls. You're going to hear a common theme here for me is the start of the ball game. Our start, we need to get our legs under us. It's been a while since we played, so hopefully that we get out to a good start and play tough from the beginning. We got to make sure we use our pressure defense to cause turnovers like we did the first time around. That was a huge part of the game with Elida, and then we need to make sure that we're taking care of the boards. Elida's a big team. We need to get bodies on people and limit second chances.
All right, let's take a look at the keys to the Elida Bulldogs.
And for them, it's their start again. They did not start well the last time. They want to get off the bus and play better, to use a Brock Homeyer term, and be better right from the start today. They want to make sure that they take care of the ball. Too many turnovers the last time. They gave us a lot of extra opportunities and got themselves buried. And then finally, they got to get 10 involved. Freeman's a 1,000-point scorer. She's a senior. She did not get involved in the first game at all, so they really got to get her going, especially early.
Absolutely. Bears did such a great job on her, and they're going to have to do it again if they want to get out of here with a win. So good crowd for both sides. Obviously, Elida with a little bit shorter drive, but the Golden Bears representing pretty well over there. And so we're going to send it down to our public address announcer for our national anthem.
Currently serving, and also those who have lost their lives protecting these freedoms. We would ask you to stand. Gentlemen, remove your caps and place your hand over your heart for the playing of our national anthem, the Star-Spangled Banner.
Sponsored by Veterans Services of Williams County. Time to meet our game officials, being sponsored by Tri-State Vision Center. Tri-State Vision Center has been serving the area since 1977. Contact us at either our Bryan or Montpelier offices for all your eye care needs. Our officials tonight, Mr. Greg Spees, Mr. Patrick McInnes, and Mr. Jeff Clare. And veteran officials every time we get to the tournament.
Yeah, officials are voted on during the off season by coaches, and that's what gets them their tournament bid. So, you should get a quality crew every time you're at a ball game. We watched the first game. You're never going to get people that are happy, but I thought the crew the first game did a really nice job today. So, hopefully that's a non-factor for both teams.
Yeah.
I like to be able to walk out of a gym and not even discuss the officials.
Absolutely. So they're introducing the officials right now. So now it's time for our starting lineups. Our starting lineups being brought to you by Yoder Mechanical Custom Fabrications. Call them for all your mechanical piping needs at 419-519-3111. Right now, I'm going to send it out down to our P address.
Now introducing the non-starters for both teams. For Bryan, number 2, Ava Zimmerman. For Elida, number 4, Kayla Hunter. For Bryan, number 10, Gabby Mossberg. For Elida, number 11, Jordan Gladden. For Bryan, number 22, Josie Arnold. For Elida, number 12, Jolena Howard. For Bryan, number 23, Blaze Langenberger. For Elida, number 14, JoJo Knight. For Bryan, number 24, Miley Bulmer. For Elida, number 20, Tiana Jackson. For Bryan, number 32, Anna McCoy. For Elida, number 31, Addison Sneary. For Bryan, number 42, Mackenzie Blevins. For Elida, number 32, Olivia Sanders. And for Bryan, number 51, Allie Allsall. And for Elida, number 35, Emma Mitchell. Now introducing the starters for both teams. Wearing number 3 for Bryan, a 6'1" junior, Taylor Steele. For Elida, wearing number 3, a 5'7" junior, Ramirez. For Bryan, wearing number 4, a 5'9" junior, Alan Wood. For Elida, wearing number 5, a 5'5" senior, Stella Lopez. For Bryan, wearing number 11, a 5'7" senior, Reese White. For Elida, wearing number 10, a 5'10" senior, Ashley Smith. For Bryan, wearing number 15, a 5'7" junior, Ella Rao. For Elida, wearing number 21, a 5'9" junior, Alexis Ward. And for Bryan, wearing number 20, 5'6" junior, Mara Smith. For Elida, wearing number 22, 5'8" senior, Hayden Tooney.
There you have it. The starting lineups for both teams here on the Golden Bear Sports Network. Getting ready to do battle here, Elida and Bryan here on the Golden Bear Sports Network. And this should be a good one. Bears need to get off to a good start.
I think both teams want to make sure that it's key to both. You know, both coaches have talked about it after the way the first game went, how important the start is here. It's not going to make or break the game for Bryan if it doesn't go well early, but Elida really needs to have things go well, I think, based on how the first matchup went.
Tip away, it goes to the Golden Bears. Nearly stepped over the line, but they have it. And Lloyd has the top of the key.
Matchup 2-3 zone here to start the game.
Grotehouse has it left wing, now back to Smith. They'll feed underneath to Kaylee Thiel. She'll dish back out to Rao. Rao gets tripped, and that'll be a personal foul for Leah Ramirez. And I think their feet just got tangled up. Yeah, I don't think there was any sort of intentionality there.
No, tough luck foul right there for 3. You got to call it because it's going to force a travel and a turnover otherwise.
Grotehouse inbounds here on the side closest to us. Bears going right to left on your radio dial. Cross court over to Grotehouse. Now top of the key to Smith, right side to Rao, back to Smith, Smith back to Rao. Rao dribbles around Freeman, puts up a shot with the right hand, no good. Rebound comes down, Smith comes in, cleans it up, and puts the first 2 points of the game for the Golden Bears.
Really nice finish by Mara. I think Mara was she was surprised that she got it. Wasn't sure she wanted to shoot it, but a great decision and a better finish.
Bears steal it away. Ball gets knocked out of bounds as
right
Kaylee Thiel hit the deck.
Huge part of the first matchup was our pressure and Elida turnovers. And the very first chance the Bears got, pressure led to a turnover. So that's a good sign early for Coach Grosjean's squad.
They got Smith inbounding. She gets it into Grotehouse. Grotehouse launches a 3 from the left side, airs it out. Freeman will come down with the rebound. And she stops and pops at the foul line, rattles in and out, no good. Rebound knocked out of bounds, will go the Bears' way. That is a rare air ball for Reese Grodhouse, and I got to believe maybe they got tipped a little bit.
Yeah, you don't see that very often, and Addison Freeman for Elida got a good clean look from about 10 feet and couldn't get that to go down, so both teams' best scorers missed their first shots.
Underneath to Kaylee Thiel on the wing, now back out to Grodhouse, top of the key. Mara Smith left wing now. She'll dribble, give back to Grodhouse. Grodhouse will give right side to Rao. Rao back to Grodhouse. Grodhouse cross courts it to Rao. Underneath, Thiel goes too low, and it'll just be a turnover for the Golden Bears. She got way too low underneath.
Well, I think she just lost her dribble. It's a good ball movement there by the Bears. They called Elida where they wanted. Kaylee just not able to keep control of it there, but that's the way the ball's going to have to move against that zone for the Lady Bears.
And Freeman travel with the basketball, so 2 quick turnovers for the Bulldogs. 6:32 remaining here first quarter. Bears lead 2-0 over Elida.
And that looks very similar to the first matchup. Let Freeman bring the ball up the floor and then try to cause trouble for her.
Smith has it between the circles. We'll go left side to Reese Grodhouse. Now back to Smith. Now back to Grodhouse. Left side, cross courts it to Rao. Underneath now to Voigt. Voigt gives back to Rao. Rao launches a three. In and out. And the rebound comes down to Grodhouse. She'll dribble back out, launch a three of her own. That one's no good. Rebound comes down to Rao, and then she'll lose it, and it gets dribbled out of bounds. No, it doesn't. It stays in, and Kaylee Thiel will draw the foul. I don't know. That was awful close. And they're going to call a foul on Addison Freeman, and Coach Jenkins is not happy at all.
No, I think she thought her player had possession, was trying to call a timeout. The official was explaining she didn't have possession to call the timeout.
First one up for Kaylee Thiel is no good. Thiel is a 51% free throw shooter. And early on, there's about 15 kids in the Elida student section who are making things really loud.
Making a lot of racket down there.
They're
having fun.
And the Bears lead is now 3-0 with 6:05 remaining as the second free throw is good. Freeman being double teamed in the backcourt. She gets it over to Peyton Kuhn. Kuhn now working against a double team. Will get past to give back to Freeman. Now back to Kuhn. Kuhn launches a three, rattles home, and we got a tie ball game with 5:50 remaining first quarter.
Good job breaking the pressure that time by Elida. First time they've had some success, and they got Freeman some help that time. Made a big difference.
Smith is now double teamed. She'll give over to Rao. Rao will give back to Grodhouse. Now underneath to Thiel. Thiel fires. Backdoor cut for Ella Voigt, up and good, and we saw a lot of that in game number one.
Ball movement, ball movement, ball movement. We moved the ball, made the zone move. Ella Voigt got behind the back line. They couldn't find her. Great find by Kaylee Thiel.
And it's knocked away by Grodhouse as they had Freeman trapped too hard. Grodhouse will put it up and in as Ella Rao tried to put it up and just too hard and clean it up. Now the Bears with active hands. They got a jump ball. And did they call a jump ball or a foul?
I think they're calling it a jump ball.
They called a jump ball. Took a second there.
Yeah. Again, Bryan pressure causing trouble. 3 early turnovers from Elida. I think maybe all from Freeman at this point. Seems like Elida would do better maybe to find her some help.
5:10 remaining, 7-3 Bears first quarter. She's double teamed here in the back again and almost turns it over. She finds Bella Lopez. Lopez gets it to Kuhn, loses the basketball. Smith on the floor with it, and Kuhn is reaching around. They're going to call a jump ball. Kuhn had her arms around Smith's neck.
Her up off the floor there. Good job by Coach Groshi, not burning a timeout. He knew he had the possession arrow right there, so tie ball got us the turnover. Another possession here for the Bears off pressure.
Grodhouse will inbound to Smith. Smith has it, will cross the timeline, and she is working against Leah Ramirez. Ramirez with some active hands trying to cause some trouble. They get it across to Grodhouse, top of the key. Grodhouse will now drive, stop in, foul line, put it up and in. 9-3 now Bears, 4:36
there
remaining.
by Reese Grodhouse.
And Grodhouse nearly blocked that shot. Bella Lopez missed. Rebound comes down to Voigt. She fires it down, and catching it is Blaze Langendorfer. That was a little scary, a little out of control, but Bears have recovered. Thiel up. Shot no good. She gets her own rebound. Looking for help. Top of the key to Mara Smith. Smith will put it up and no good. Rebound comes down to Freeman. Freeman is trapped in the corner but able to run it right out of it. Grodhouse sits down and we're going to get a foul on Reese Grodhouse as Freeman was coming in. That'll be her first, team first.
Looked like Reese had a chance there, maybe stand her ground, take a charge, but Freeman's pretty athletic, made that impossible, I would say. Down on the other end, I think we were one pass away that last possession when Mara caught at the elbow. Reese Grodehouse was alone on the left wing.
First one for Freeman is good. Welling Construction sponsoring the free throws, a third-generation family-owned general contractor for quality custom homes, renovation projects, and commercial work. Contact us at 419-636-3712. Next one from Freeman is coming. That is good. The main stop scoreboard shows 9-5 in favor of the Bears.
Elida's got number 35, big freshman Emma Mitchell on the floor now. She did not play a lot of varsity minutes the first time we played. And she's been playing more and been playing pretty good for Coach Jenkins and the Lady Dogs.
They're in a 1-3-1 basically. They get it behind the zone. Kaylee Thiel will go up and the foul will be committed and she'll head to the line again. But that zone, they had a 1-3-1 and Kaylee Thiel was wide open on the left block.
Yeah, they're trying to match up with Mitchell there. Good job, good flash by Kaylee Thiel getting to the block on that.
So Thiel will have two. First one is no good. So free throws early on have not been good for the Bears.
No, just our second trip. Kaylee right now is 1 for 3. But we like that we're getting there.
Yep,
I like
absolutely,
that we're looking to get
sure
to the free throw line. We're using our inside presence offensively.
Freeman will sky the rebound. She'll come down quickly with it, working against Blaze Langendorfer. She beats Langendorfer, gets it underneath, and then they turn it over to Grodehouse. Grodehouse fires it ahead, and it's too tall for Ella Voigt, and
yeah, I think maybe the wrong teammate there. I think Kaylee Thiel was there on the right.
And we've got a timeout called by Elida. So with 3:32 remaining here, first quarter, we're going to take it with them. 9-5 Bears back after this on the Golden Bear Sports Network.
Why do so many people travel to Jason Eats Automotive Services in Edgerton when they want their vehicles repaired? Because Dave Brown and Sam Bailey have over 60 years of experience fixing the problems that other mechanics couldn't. They work on all makes and models, and they specialize on imports. Recently, they have expanded their service area by almost 50%, and they've hired Eston Knerk to their staff. So if you have a vehicle, foreign or domestic, that you want fixed right the first time, take it to Jason Dietsch Automotive Services on the east side of Edgerton.
The Bryan Athletic Boosters is excited to announce the Community Athletics Capital Improvement Project to update and enhance the football stadium, creating a community multi-purpose facility, safer practice facilities, and a better experience for middle school student athletes. The Bryan Athletic Boosters are actively seeking donations for this project. For more information or to donate, go to BryanAthleticBoosters.com. With your help, they can continue the Bryan tradition of pride, dedication, and excellence. Go Bears!
Elida brings it up with Freeman after the timeout. They get it across to the guard, knocked away. That was JoJo Knight, and the Bears have it. Outlet to Voigt. She stops and out of bounds. Ooh, I think that's a miss right there.
Yeah, that was off the Elida player. Neither official saw it. You could see the deflection. We have the right angle for it.
Yep.
But that was off the Elida player.
So a break for the Bulldogs. Freeman will bring it up.
So Coach Groshine has traded off now with Langendorfer with some fresh legs.
Lopez has it, nearly knocked away, picked up by Peyton Kuhn. Kuhn has nowhere to go, working on Grodehouse. She'll hand off to Lopez. Lopez will give back to Freeman. Freeman cross courts it to Kuhn. Now back to Lopez. Lopez drives, puts up a shot, and good off glass. And Elida within 2 with 2:45 remaining, 9-7. Grodehouse will bring it up.
Yeah,
cross courts it.
It's more of a stack out of a 2-3, and then they're just matching up at the free throw line, trying to pick up the ball at half court, and then drop back into a 2-3, and then they're coming up and defend us in the high post. It's got to keep moving the basketball. Every time the ball has moved quickly, we've had open shots.
Three ball is no good. That's a long three for Ella Rao. Comes down to Freeman. She finds Peyton Kuhn ahead. Kuhn cross courts it to Lopez, who stepped on the line. Turnover for Elida. Right decision right there for Elida.
Yeah, it was. Just kind of led her too far and came down on the out-of-bounds line. And that three-point shot has got to start dropping for the Bears. 0 for 5 early. We kind of did this against Swanton over at their place in our last league game. I think we started out 0 for 8 or 0 for 9 before they started to fall. We need to, it's just one of those, somebody's got to see one go. Once someone sees one drop, then I think they'll start falling for everybody.
Langendorfer has it on the wing. Cross court over to Rao on the other side. Rao needs some help, looking for someone. She feeds it underneath to Allie Allspaw. Allspaw traveled with the basketball. And the Golden Bears turn it over again. Last couple of trips, 2 turnovers.
That's one. Allie Allspaw's just got to shoot that. She got herself a little bit behind the backboard. I think she expected to turn left and shoot, and she was pinned behind the backboard, didn't have an angle.
They get it to Freeman. Freeman working against Blaze Langendorfer. Now a double team for Freeman. She goes left side now. Gives to JoJo Knight. Knight has it. Will give back out. Now Peyton Kuhn will go baseline. Put up a reverse hook too hard, but she drew the contact. That's a foul on the Lady Bears.
And that's a bailout, too. She had nowhere to go with that shot. All we had to do was let her shoot that right in the bottom of the backboard and take the rebound.
So that foul is going to be on Ella Rao. That'll be her first, team second. Puts Kuhn to the line to shoot 2. First one is up and no good. And Ella Boyd will check in. Blaze Langendorfer will have a seat. 9-7, the main stop scoreboard in favor of the Bears. Main stop's open when you need them. You're always near main stop. Don't forget about Thirsty Thursday every Thursday. Second one is no good. Rebound comes down to Kaylee Thiel. The Bears are moving. Roadhouse will bring it up. Stops and picks up her dribble between the circles. We'll give to Mara Smith. Smith will find underneath to Thiel. Now they get underneath to Boyd. Boyd double teamed. Boyd will give back out to Thiel outside. Now they get Grodhouse in the corner. And the Bears will reset. Mara Smith has it now between the circles. Back to Grodhouse. Grodhouse will go baseline. Pop a shot. No good. Another air ball for Reese Grodhouse. That's not going to help the air ball chance.
Tough runner right there. Right idea. Just a tough runner going to her left, trying to come back to her right.
Kuhn will launch a hard 3. No good. Rebound comes down to Kaylee Thiel. Thiel will get it across to Grodhouse. Grodhouse fires it off the feet. And now Kaylee Thiel is going to pick up a foul. She fired it off the feet of Elida thinking she'd get the kick ball, but instead Thiel is going to pick up another foul. Oh, that might be her first.
Just her first. We
Okay.
got 3 with 1 right now. Kaylee, Ella Rao, and Reese Grodhouse all have 1 apiece for our 3. Both teams at 3. Been a decent whistle, under a minute here to go in the first quarter.
9-7 Bears. Elida with the basketball. Kuhn will have it. Will hand back to Freeman. Freeman crosses the timeline back to Kuhn. They had somebody underneath. They get it to Lopez. Lopez goes right through the key. And we're going to get a traveling violation for Peyton Kuhn.
You know, in a 2-point ball game right now, and the Bears struggling offensively, those 8 turnovers for Elida have been huge just to kind of help us out a little bit on the defensive end because things have not been real smooth for the Golden Bears so far on offense.
Smith will bring it up and get to Rao on the right wing. Now back to Smith, top of the key. Smith will fire underneath. Kaylee Thiel, nice catch. And not a great shot, but she didn't even think that was coming to her. So
great
turnover
catch
for
and
the
a nice
Bears.
look. She had plenty of time to come down with both feet and take that up strong.
Freeman has it, 17 to go. Tall pass to Bella Lopez. Now they get in the corner to Kuhn. Kuhn gets it knocked away by Grodhouse. And now the Bears will have it, and they'll have to run. They fire it up, and it's knocked out of bounds by Freeman. So 4.8 to go. And you can see the difference between 5'10 and 5'6.
Yeah,
a little bit of height.
TJ Zimmerman and I used to laugh about that all the time when the girls were little. We'd have to yell, "They are real," when we try to throw it through people.
Grodhouse with a long 3. It gets partially blocked. At the end of the first quarter of play, it's 9-7 in favor of the Golden Bears. Stay tuned for this one. Back after this on the Golden Bears Sports Network.
If you haven't stopped by Bryan Ford Lincoln to test drive the all-electric F-150 Lightning
or the rugged and sporty Ford Bronco, we only have one question for you.
Why not?
This Ford Bronco is great for daily commutes or the Outback.
And this F-150 Lightning will do 0 to 60 in 4 seconds without using a drop of gasoline. When you stop by and see us at Bryan Ford Lincoln, you can test drive either of these great vehicles.
Stop by and see us. We'll help you order the exact vehicle that you want and need.
So stop by and see us today at Bryan Ford Lincoln.
Let's play together. Bryan, Ohio will have a new inclusive playground on the site of the former Lincoln Elementary School. An inclusive playground is a place for children and families of all physical, mental, and social abilities to learn, play, and grow together. We are currently raising funds with the goal of starting construction this fall. The Lincoln Park Inclusive Playground Project is an initiative of Bryan Parks and Recreation using a project fund at the Bryan Area Foundation. To learn more or make a donation, visit BryanAreaFoundation.org.
4-0. Back out at Bluffton here on the Golden Bears Sports Network. The main stop scoreboard shows 9-7 in favor of the Golden Bears as they face Elida here in a sectional final. And Freeman gets the inbound quickly. And the Bears a little bit out of sorts offensively early on.
Yeah, I'd say early thoughts on this one are Elida is definitely upped the defensive pressure from the first game against the Bears and causing all kinds of trouble for them. Boy, if that's not a foul, I don't know what is.
They're going to call jump ball, but
he's finally calling it. Yeah. Yeah.
So, they did call a foul.
Yeah.
Okay.
That was a bear hug on Mara Smith.
That's what I
can't
thought.
believe he waited that long to call it.
The Elida fans aren't happy with it.
No. But
so Bears will have it. Mara Smith will bring it up, going with Ella Rao. Now they get it to Voigt. Voigt bounce pass, Thiel, backdoor cut, up and good. Actually, that's more just right block, right place, right time.
Right, and we've gotten that look a couple of times now. That's been easy for us so far, is getting that look on the block.
Stolen away again by Smith. Voigt's all by herself with the left block, up and in.
That's a good quick start for the Bears.
And it'll result in a timeout. Good 30-second timeout there. We're going to keep it right here for lawn care, snow removal, fertilizer, and spraying. Call Stockman Lawn Service at 419-636-3712. Stockman Lawn Service sponsoring all of our timeouts today. Chris Malanga, Bryan Arnold with you. The main stop scoreboard shows 13-7, and 2 quick buckets for the Golden Bears resulted in that timeout.
Nice little spurt right there by the Bears. Good stops. Got the ball up ahead quick, and I think that's the one thing that I've seen is a little weakness, chink in the armor with Elida so far, because they've been much better, is a little bit, I don't say lazy, but they're losing some people on defense. They let us get behind and rotate back there on Ellis. That baseline has been open against a 2-3 because they're pulling that defender up to the free throw line when we go in the high post. Those looks are going to be there. It's just a matter of making passes and getting finishes.
All right, so Peyton Kuhn will inbound for Elida. They'll be able to run the side there as the Bears just scored. Addison Freeman has it now, bringing it up. Bears have gotten back a little bit on defense, not pressuring so much.
No, they're not running that trap at Freeman like what they did earlier today.
They find Kuhn on the backside. She loses the basketball out of bounds. It'll go to the Golden Bears.
Well, that's a good no call by the official because Kuhn was like a train on the tracks there trying to take Reese Grodhouse for a ride. Did a nice job kind of stepping out of her way and letting her throw it out of bounds. Very much out of control.
6:57 to play, 13-7, and the Bears will turn it over as Voigt tried to get it to Grodhouse, and Grodhouse not able to get it. Just got behind her.
Yeah, I don't know if she didn't anticipate it, took her eyes off of it probably before she got it.
Now the Bears will put that little trap pressure on. Lopez in the backcourt all by herself, and she dribbles it off her feet, gets it back.
Just about turned over. Good defense. Good on the ball there by Mara Smith.
Underneath. And what a save there.
Yeah, kind of a lucky
as Lopez
save.
Will make the bucket, and that was Alexis Ward. It was going out of bounds, and Ward just fired it to her.
Yeah, just great hustle by her. A couple of fortuitous bounces there for Elida that possession. And there's going to be 2 on Freeman there trying to sneak up on Grodhouse.
Yeah, the pass was going to Grodhouse, and Freeman was right there.
Couple quick ones there for the senior then.
Bears are going to see Blaze Langendorfer come in. Josie Arnold came in on the last timeout. And Bears just kind of rolling bodies in to kind of keep some legs. 13-9, Bears lead second quarter, 6:22 remaining on the main stop scoreboard. Grodhouse with it, now back to Voigt. Voigt, and we're going to get a foul on number 5, Lopez. So all of a sudden the whistles are getting plentiful.
Yeah, and a big part of it is Elida is just trying to turn the pressure up defensively the best that they can to try to get the Bears out of sorts, and it's worked. We haven't been real smooth offensively. You can see how high they're bringing the zone. We've got to find shooters, and we have to make threes.
Langendorfer just made one right there.
Start. Right on cue, that girl.
Good work there, Bryan.
Senior needed to knock one down for us. So we got to see one go in and then start to make some more fall.
JoJo Knight has it on the baseline. She'll dribble out, give back to Leah Ramirez. Ramirez comes inside the key, back to Lopez. Lopez will drive, dish out, and caught Kaylee Thiel. 3 ball in the air is an air ball for Emma Mitchell, but Lopez cleans it up and puts it up and in. One thing I've noticed tonight for the Elida Bulldogs is they've had way more second chance points than the last time they played us.
Yeah, and that was something Coach Groshing talked about, trying to keep them off the boards. They are a bigger team. I think we're every bit as physical, but they are definitely a bigger team.
And now we're getting another foul on Bella Lopez. She stuck her foot in the ground there and dared Voigt to go around her, and all it is a result of the second foul for her.
Yeah, you just see it's a difference in mentality and attitude defensively for Elida this time from her first matchup. And I think Coach Jenkins knows we can't afford to let them stand and shoot. We can't afford to let them penetrate and have easy attacks at the basket, or we're going to be in trouble. So they've tried to ramp it up a bunch.
That's the 7th team foul for Elida already, so the Bears are shooting here. Voigt puts the first one up, and the front end is good.
And out of all the Golden Bears, this is who we went on the line. Ella Voigt shooting 85% from the line this year. As a team, we're only shooting 60, so she's definitely who we want on that charity stripe.
I didn't say that. I was afraid of announcers, Jinx, but you seem to handle it pretty well.
Well, I'm going to have to talk to her all spring, so if I mess with her, she'll let me know about it.
And Kuhn was looking for JoJo Knight down low, and it went off the backboard.
Again, just a little out of control there for Kuhn. That's twice for the senior. She's tried to fire a ball with her left hand and didn't end up anywhere near where she wanted it.
Interestingly enough, they're bringing Bella Lopez right back in with 2 fouls.
I think Coach probably would like to talk to the senior about taking it easy, relaxing. Don't let Bryan force you out of your game, get out of your tempo, because that's caused trouble twice.
Grodehouse gives it to Thiel. Thiel down low. 3 ball in the air is no good for Blaze Langendorfer, and that'll just be a turnover for the Bears as Elida comes down quickly. Freeman with it. Will drive inside, work inside. Thiel shoots over Thiel, and that makes it 18-13 with 4:58 remaining.
Again, though, good job by the Bears defensively. The first made field goal for the 1,000-point scorer in this ball game right there, and we made her earn it. She had to go through contact and make that shot.
3 ball for Blaze Langendorfer is no good. Rebound comes down to Freeman. And she moves down quickly, finds Lopez, who puts it up, no good. Rebound knocked away. Langendorfer comes up with it, and Grodehouse is going.
Good hustle by the Bears, getting back in there and getting in and scrapping a little bit for that rebound.
3 ball for Smith is in the air and buries it.
I can't say how many times this year we've needed a 3, needed something to balance us, and Mara Smith, probably the last of our 5 options, maybe the 4th or the 5th out there to shoot a 3, has made a 3. I mean, she has knocked down some huge shots this year when we've needed her to.
She really has. And she's doing a great job defensively, too, right now. Long 3 is no good. Rebound tipped, and the Bears will come down with it.
That's a couple threes out of the 6'3" freshman.
Yeah.
That must be part of her game. I know Coach Groshing said she's been playing more minutes and being more productive. That must be where part of it comes from.
Grodehouse has it between the circles. If you hear the airball chants, she airballed a 3 early on, and they haven't let her had it since. She just needs to drill one to get them to shut up.
That's usually how Reese handles it. So, but she's just drawing so much attention. I mean, Elida knows she's an engine for us, so they're not going to let her just get free and easy looks.
There she launches one off rim. Long rebound comes down to JoJo Knight. She'll take it coast to coast and out of bounds. Good no call again there.
Yeah, it's out of control. Again, that is something we saw in the first matchup with Elida, is just getting out of control. Already 13 turnovers for Elida with 3 minutes left in the half.
We're missing a girl. Oh, we call a timeout. We only had 4 people out on the court. I don't know who else was supposed to head out there. I think they just wanted a quick timeout to talk about things.
They probably heard Coach say he wanted a timeout and save their legs.
Yep, absolutely. Going to take a quick 30-second back after this.
You have no business being out there. Terrible.
You know, I'm a person too.
EDU or call 419-267-1320 today.
Back out on the Golden Bears Sports Network, 3:21 remaining here, second quarter. Lady Bears lead the Bulldogs of Elida 21-13. Chris Malanga, Bryan Arnold with you. It has not been the greatest of games for the Lady Bears as far as sloppiness goes.
You know, a little clunky offensively, but I think that's got as much to do with the Elida defense as it does anything from the Bears. And again, we reached a point here in February. We're playing about once a week, so you don't have that good rhythm that you had going earlier in the year when you're playing 2 and 3 times a week, and that's showing a little bit too.
Langendorfer shakes off a defender, and now we're going to get a foul. Is that going to be? Oh, they're going to call a foul on Peyton Kuhn.
Yeah, and I think that's a good call.
I think that is
not going to like it because she had position, but Allie Allspaw was up in the air and she was just trying to take her legs out.
So that'll put Allie Allspaw to the line. She's 50% from the line. That's the 8th team foul already.
Yeah, the Bears need to take advantage here with the rest of the half being going to the charity stripe.
No good for Allspaw. Freeman has it now for Elida. She runs it quickly. Cross courts it. Kuhn launches a 3. It is an air ball. Rebound comes down to Freeman. Misses the shot. And coming out of it is Rao. Rao going to run into a double team, and she double dribbled it.
A great block down there by Allie Allspaw on the baseline.
And Ella Rao looks for an explanation after the double dribble, and the official happy to demonstrate for her.
Yeah. Good conversation with our bench and with Ella.
Freeman has it, work it against Voigt. Freeman will go all the way to the right wing, then give back out to Emma Mitchell. And you're right, we did not see Mitchell at all, or very much at all,
no,
the first game.
At the end, she played a bunch of minutes for the JV that day.
That'll be a turnover.
14 turnovers now for Elida. An 8-point ball game. It's been just a killer for them.
Yeah, absolutely. Kaylee Thiel will check back in. And the Bears just, Elida's definitely playing much better defense than they did in game number 1.
They've picked up the intensity.
They have.
I think they probably heard about that ball game more than once from the coaches. They probably heard about it from parents afterwards, and that they could see us again.
And that'll be a Bears turnover, and then we're going to get a foul on Rao, as she didn't need to do that. She was just hustling after the ball and poked it away.
And that's 2 on Rao, so they're going to get Josie Arnold in for her. Try to ride out the last couple minutes and save her from picking up her 3rd.
Bella Lopez has done a great job coming in and playing with 2 fouls here.
Yeah, she's been very clean.
Freeman with the basketball. Freeman loses the basketball. Will give out to Kuhn. Freeman has it now on the left wing. She'll drive inside, then back out. Shot is up, and Josie Arnold's going to pick up a foul. We got Addison Freeman's family, I'm assuming, in front of us with the Freeman sweatshirts, and they are looking for some assistance from the officials.
Yeah. And she's going to draw a lot of attention. Just like Reese Grodehouse, you're going to draw a lot of attention every time you have the ball in your hands.
So this is JoJo Knight at the line. First one rattles home. It's 21-14. We've got a 7-point ball game. They've been perfect from the line. Nope, they haven't. They missed 2. Kuhn missed 2 early on.
She missed her last 2. So just the Bears have got to try to stay in a good spot here going into the half.
And it's a 6-point game now. Minute 53 remaining, 21-15.
This pressure is starting to give the Bears a little bit of trouble.
They get it underneath to Kaylee Thiel. Thiel puts it up, and they said she traveled with the basketball.
Well, I think that's a bad call.
Oh.
She put 1 foot down, second one down, and jumped. I don't think that's a good call at all.
So, nice feed by Josie Arnold.
It was a good move by Kaylee Thiel.
Yep. Freeman will bring it up, working against a double team. They get it down to JoJo Knight, thought about a 3. Now they get it to Freeman, top of the key. She launches it, rattles in and out. Rebound comes down, and coming out with it is Emma Mitchell. Gives back to Freeman. Shot up and good. So 21-17 now, minute 25 remaining.
Yeah, Elida's not going anywhere. There's a lot different intensity out of them today.
And a turnover for the Golden Bears. Wow. I don't think I want to be in the locker room at halftime.
No, there's going to be a little chat about us settling down. Yep.
Langendorfer will check back in. We haven't seen this much defensive intensity since the Liberty Benton game.
Yeah,
from an opponent.
Well, and the Bears have been able to handle a little better since then too. So I think that's part of the issue is nobody's doing anything to get us settled down, and we're used to somebody balancing this out a little bit, and it's just not happening.
Freeman got it down to Peyton Kuhn, who found Emma Mitchell. When she went up for the shot, she was fouled by Voigt. That'll be her first.
A couple of trips here in the last 3 to the Lady Bears, just giving up some easy fouls on jump shots too, just not kind of getting out of our rotation. We're not getting back to shooters quick enough.
First one is up and good for Mitchell. It's now a 3-point game, 21-18. Next one is good as well. It's a 2-point ball game right now. Langendorfer with the basketball off the inbound, working against JoJo Knight. Picks up her dribble at the line, gives to Reese Grodehouse.
Great awareness there by the senior to not throw it back to Reese Grodehouse in the backcourt. She thought about it for a second.
Grodehouse has it. She'll cross court it over to Voigt. Voigt will bounce pass to Smith. Smith on a mismatch will give back to Voigt. Voigt to Smith. Smith, Grodehouse. Grodehouse launched a 3. That one buried. 24-19.
That one came at a big time. Bears needed a hoop right there. Now we need a stop to go with it here towards the end of the half.
They get it back to Freeman. Bounce pass underneath to Lopez. Lopez draws the contact from Smith.
Tough one on Mara Smith right there, trying to hustle the position. That's one where she can't do much more than put her hand straight up, but the official thought she got her with some body.
Yeah, they thought she gave her the hip check, so that'll put Lopez to the line. Lopez is a 48% free throw shooter. First one is off front iron. She was real close to putting her feet over the line on that one too.
Yeah, she's a jumper on her free throws. You don't see that much at the high school level.
She missed both of them. Grodehouse coming down. Grodehouse working against the double team. She has it still, working against JoJo Knight. Back to Grodehouse, 4 seconds. 3 ball, underneath, Voigt, up. It's blocked by Freeman to end the first quarter of play.
Wow, we got a good look.
Half. Woo.
The Bears were kind of a little bit slow in the offense, ended up with a great look and just couldn't finish.
Look at this right here, Freeman. No contact with the body. And there you go. So at the main stop scoreboard at halftime, 24-19 Bears. Back after this with our halftime.
I'm Tom Turnbull of Oberlin-Turnbull Funeral Home and Crematory. Family owned, family focused, celebrating our 100th anniversary, 2022.
It's great working with family. The relationship we have with one another allows us to focus on your family and help guide you through the planning process.
We focus in on your family's needs to make sure that everything is done the way that you and your family want.
Right now, our family wants a Golden Bear victory.
Oberlin-Turnbull Funeral Home and Crematory. Family owned, family focused.
If you haven't stopped by Bryan Ford Lincoln to test drive the all-electric F-150 Lightning
or the rugged and sporty Ford Bronco, we only have one question for you.
Why not?
This Ford Bronco is great for daily commutes or the Outback.
And this F-150 Lightning will do 0 to 60 in 4 seconds without using a drop of gasoline. When you stop by and see us at Bryan Ford Lincoln, you can test drive either of these great vehicles.
Stop by and see us. We'll help you order the exact vehicle that you want and need.
So stop by and see us today at Bryan Ford Lincoln.
Here at the Williams County Veteran Service Office, our mission is plain and simple. We are here to serve our local Williams County veterans and their dependents. We are staffed with trained service officers who have the compassion and understanding to assist their fellow veterans in obtaining all federal and state benefits that they have earned. Additionally, we provide emergency financial assistance and transportation to VA medical centers. So if you're a veteran or a dependent of a veteran, stop in today and see how we can help you at the Williams County Veteran Service Office.
Why do so many people travel to Jason East Automotive Services in Edgerton when they want their vehicles repaired? Because Dave Brown and Sam Bailey have over 60 years of experience fixing the problems that other mechanics couldn't. They work on all makes and models, and they specialize on imports. Recently, they have expanded their service area by almost 50%, and they've hired Eston Knurk to their staff. So if you have a vehicle, foreign or domestic, that you want fixed right the first time, take it to Jason Dietsch Automotive Services on the east side of Edgerton.
Back on the Golden Bears Sports Network, it's halftime. The main stop scoreboard shows 24-19 in favor of the Golden Bears. The main stop's open when you need them. You're always near a main stop. Don't forget about Thirsty Thursday every Thursday. Chris Malanga, Bryan, Arnold here with you. And this game definitely looks a little bit different than the first game against Elida did.
Well, a lot like what Coach thought, a lot like what we thought. You had a really good team come up to our place on a Saturday, got to get snowballed early, and then just never got out of a funk. And today's the opposite. Today, Elida's a little closer to home, later in the day. They're feeling a little bit of pride in themselves from the way that first one looked, so they played really hard, giving the Bears everything they want here in the first half.
They really have. So let's take a look at some stats as it's 24-19 in favor of the Golden Bears.
All right, now on the Elida side, for their 19 points, they're led by senior Bella Lopez and senior Addison Freeman. Lopez has been really good with her 6 points, and Freeman's trying to get going. The Bears just putting a ton of pressure on her, running extra bodies at her. She's got 6 at the half. Another senior, Peyton Kuhn, she hit the lone 3 for Elida right now. She's got 3 points, and then you got 2 points from JoJo Knight and Emma Mitchell on free throws. Elida is 1 of 6 from three-point range and 6 of 10 from the free throw line. Big number for them right now is the 19 turnovers in the first half, and thank goodness for that for the Bears. Otherwise, things would be could be in a lot different position if they were doing things better offensively.
Absolutely. 19 turnovers and you got a 5-point ball game.
Yeah, that's amazing, really, at this point, and very fortunate for us. On the Bears side of things, senior Reese Grodhouse is our leading scorer. She's got 7. She's got a 3-pointer in the first half. We've got 6 points from Ella Voigt, 5 points from Mara Smith. She's knocked down a 3. We got a 3 from Blaze Langendorfer, and then 3 points from Kaylee Thiel to round out our 24. Right now the Bears are just 3 of 12 from 3 and 3 of 7 from the free throw line. So some cold shooting and then 8 turnovers for the Bears. And I think probably 5 or 6 of those in the second quarter. Just not doing a good job against that three-quarter court pressure. And that's the one thing that's tricky with Elida is they're longer than us in a lot of positions, and they can put some big kids on the floor, and that makes that three-quarter court look a lot bigger and look like a lot less places to throw the basketball. But when we got the ball to the middle, we turned and attacked. We got looks. We got behind the defense, and that's the thing that we're going to have to do in the second half is continue to attack that pressure.
Absolutely. Well, we're in the Bryan Athletic Boosters halftime show. Bryan Athletic Boosters, if you haven't heard, have a little project going on to raise some funds for some capital improvements in sports, and we look forward to supporting that in whatever way we can. Going to take a timeout. We come back. We'll check some scores from around the area and take a look at the second half of this game. We'll do that after this on the Golden Bear Sports Network.
Newcomer Schaefer.
When you're looking for that unusual part like a battery for your key fob, or everyday car parts like windshield washing fluid, wipers, motor oil or filters, antifreeze or batteries, don't forget to stop by your local Napa store in Bryan. They have the parts in stock. If you're buying any of these parts from anyone other than Napa in Bryan, you're paying too much.
Here at the Williams County Veteran Service Office, our mission is plain and simple. We are here to serve our local Williams County veterans and their dependents. We are staffed with trained service officers who have the compassion and understanding to assist their fellow veterans in obtaining all federal and state benefits that they have earned. Additionally, we provide emergency financial assistance and transportation to VA medical centers. So if you're a veteran or a dependent of a veteran, stop in today and see how we can help you at the Williams County Veteran Service Office.
Let's play together. Bryan, Ohio will have a new inclusive playground on the site of the former Lincoln Elementary School. An inclusive playground is a place for children and families of all physical, mental, and social abilities to learn, play, and grow together. We are currently raising funds with the goal of starting construction this fall. The Lincoln Park Inclusive Playground Project is an initiative of Bryan Parks and Recreation using a project fund at the Bryan Area Foundation. To learn more or make a donation, visit BryanAreaFoundation.org.
6-7-13-20 today.
Halftime here on the Golden Bear Sports Network from Bluffton. Chris Malanga, Brian Arnold here with you. The Lady Bears on top of things 24-19. In the first game here at Bluffton, it was 56-38 in favor of St. Mary's. So they will move along and they will play, they move to Paulding, and we would face them if we
Paulding and waiting on us, yeah.
Yep, if they defeat us. If we win tonight, Bryan would move to Paulding, and that game would be on Thursday, February 23rd at 7:30 p.m. And we're hoping we get to do that one because we're hoping the Lady Bears win this one and continue on the tournament trail. They do not want to be one and done here for sure.
Yeah, things weren't great in the first half. We talked about it. The lightest pressure gave us a lot of fits. 24 points is way off where we want to be in a normal half, but we're up 5. We're in a better position than the opposite. We're going to get the ball here to start the half, it looks like. I think we have the possession. We just need to settle ourselves down offensively. And it's no secret for us, threes have to go down. We've got to make some outside shots. We don't have to go 10 for 10 in the second half to win this game, but we got to knock some of them down. We got to pull Elida's defense out to us. We got to open up things for Kaylee Thiel inside and keep the ball moving. Right now, the only times we have major issues offensively is when the ball gets to somebody and sticks. When it gets and sticks and the defense has time to rotate and set, then we're having trouble finding it. But when we move the ball, even when we didn't make shots, when we move the ball quickly and we got that zone out of whack a little bit, we got good looks. Those are going to go. So ball's got to move. We got to make them. We got to get them out of line.
Absolutely. What are the things that Coach Grosjean was kind of focusing on? More about that ball movement, you think?
Yeah, I think so. Offensively, we've got to make a move. Their pressure caused us some issues there towards the end of the half. I think we've got to look to attack up the sidelines and then attack to the middle. We had that opportunity for some 3-on-2 once we got to the ball in the middle against that zone pressure. In the half court, make it move. Keep the ball moving. Don't lose confidence in your outside shot. Doesn't mean we have to force, but we can all knock down that shot. When you've got to look, take it, knock it down.
What about Coach Jenkins? What is she saying to her team?
I think she likes everything about that first half other than the 19 turnovers. They're still not doing a very good job taking care of the basketball. If you're her, you're thinking, hey, I'm down 5 to a team that blew our doors off the last time, and we've given away 19 possessions at this point. You save half of those and get buckets on half those possessions, it's a tie game or better for them. So that was a huge point of emphasis in that locker room at the half.
Take care of the basketball.
Yeah, absolutely.
All right, well, the main stop scoreboard shows 24-19 in favor of the Bears. Main stops are one of our sponsors, as is Laub Auto Parts, Newcomer, Schaefer, Spangler, Briner, Rakes, Northwest State Community College, Oberlin-Turnbull, Funeral and Crematory, Real Estate Advantage, Starks Plumbing and Heating, Veteran Services of Williams County, Jason Dietsch Automotive Services, Andrews O'Neill and Lowe, the Bryan Athletic Boosters, Fackler Monument, Bryan Ford Lincoln, Bryan Parks and Rec, and Danielle Van Atta Agency as we exit the Bryan Athletic Boosters halftime show and get set for the third quarter. And we'll see what the Lady Bears do coming out with the basketball. Starters for the Bears: Thiel, Voigt, Grodehouse, Smith, Rao.
You see Elida probably going to stay in that 2-3 zone. It's been really good, picking up the ball high, and then you can see they're kind of expanding it out to shooters on the wings. I still think that baseline runner is where the openings are going to be.
So Smith has it top of the key. Grodehouse left wing, puts it up, no good. Rebound comes down to Freeman. Freeman works around Voigt to get it down quickly. Tall pass, loose ball. Knight picks it up, puts up a shot, and wow, something out of nothing there for JoJo Knight.
Yeah, and she is starting this half in place of one of the other Elida starters
Lopez.
here. Private Lopez tried to protect those 2 fouls, and she makes her presence felt early.
Voigt has it on the left wing. Now back to Smith at the top of the key. Bears trail by 3. Grodehouse has it. Now back to Smith on the wing. Back to Grodehouse, top of the key. Now to Rao. Rao back to Smith. This zone is being very pesky, and it's knocked away by Lopez, or by Ward, rather. Underneath, quick bucket for Emma Mitchell. And it's a 4-0 run to start the third quarter here.
And the freshman Emma Mitchell on the floor for Elida also. So Coach Jenkins trying to mix some things up with her lineup, and a good start for her squad here in the third.
Bears lead by 1, 6:38 remaining here, third quarter, 24-23. Elida on a 4-0 run to start the second half.
Yeah, the ball's got to move. You cannot catch and hold. Got to attack some gaps and move the basketball quick.
Voigt is on the right block. Quickly over to Smith, now to Voigt at the foul line, back out to Rao. Rao launches a 3, no good. Rebound comes down to Grodehouse, and she'll take it back out.
Oh, I'd like to see Reese Grodehouse attack right there right away.
Just going to say that. Kick ball off the foot of Elida. It'll come over here for the Lady Bears. 6:08 remaining. Third quarter, Bears lead by 1.
I think we need to get back. It looks like we're going to get Ella Voigt running the baseline here against that 2-3. And that's what's got to happen. We got to pull those wing defenders down on the block, 10 and 22. We have to get them concerned about her on the baseline.
Voigt has it, goes baseline, gives to Grotehouse. Grotehouse shook off a defender. 3-ball in the air is no good. And she has struggled today from 3.
Yeah,
Freeman goes down.
Just 1 for 7 now for the senior.
And it's an air ball the other way for Leah Ramirez. And it gets poked away. And Elida will get the turnover. And now we're going to get a foul. Mara Smith will get the foul. Wow. Bears not doing a great job right now controlling the basketball.
No, just a little out of sync. You got to be able to weather the storm in the tournament. You know things aren't always going to be easy. Today's not been an easy day. Find some confidence. Find somebody to right the ship for us out there. We're going to be fine.
Freeman has the top of the key. She'll go in, then dish to Kuhn. Kuhn launches a 3. Got it. And Elida has their first lead of the game at 26-24. And that'll be a timeout for Coach Grosjean. It'll be a 30-second timeout. And, it was called by Coach Jenkins. That's kind of interesting. Timeouts tonight being sponsored by Stockman Lawn Service. For lawn care, snow removal, fertilizer, and spraying, call Stockman Lawn Service at 419-636-6572. What do you make of this first couple minutes here of the third quarter?
Well, just a really intense defense from Elida has caused the Bears a lot of trouble. We've gotten a couple more looks from 3 that haven't gone down, and the Bears turned it over a couple of times early. So it's nothing that can't be corrected. We can knock some shots down. We have to do a better job taking care of the basketball. Elida's went big with JoJo Knight and Emma Mitchell inserted in the lineup. They're long at every position right now. The Bears need to take advantage of our quickness and start attacking the zone a little bit.
All right, Smith will bring it up. And then back to Voigt. Now back to Smith. Cross court it to Kaylee Thiel. Thiel has it over that timeline. Now to Smith. Underneath, turned it over again. And then it will get Peyton Kuhn running it down. Kuhn gives into the corner. Ooh. Leah Ramirez walked about a couple extra steps.
And
no call.
We wanted that, and I think Elida wanted the bump from Mara Smith there. Good hands by Kaylee Thiel on the back line.
As it gets knocked away, Bears have it. Smith has it, top of the key. She'll give over to Voigt. Try to feed underneath. Voigt has it, is blocked by Freeman, and again stolen away by Peyton Kuhn. Kuhn will come down, lose the basketball. Picked up by Grotehouse, so another turnover for Elida.
Yeah, Kuhn has helped out Bryan a couple of times like that. The Bears turned it over, and she just got her speed button on full speed sometimes. Kind of runs away from the basketball.
Grotehouse has it, left wing. Thinks about a 3, takes the 3, buries the 3.
We're going to need to see those go right now. The Bears need as many of those as they can find.
Freeman will bring it up. Token pressure from Ella Voigt, just man-to-man defense. Freeman now goes baseline. We'll give to Mitchell. Mitchell will dribble back out behind the three-point arc, hand back to Mitchell on the left wing. Freeman has it. Launches a 3, no good. Rebound comes down to the Golden Bears. Grotehouse has it, and Grotehouse is running. Fire down, Voigt backdoor cut, up and good.
And that's where the Bears are best. They're best in the open floor. They're best getting behind the defense.
And knocked away.
To make that happen.
We've got an offensive foul called as Blaze Langendorfer jumped and blocked that shot. And then who'd they call?
Hey, they called that on Leah Ramirez. A little frustration from her. She shoved after she knew she turned the ball over.
Okay.
And Coach Jenkins is getting her out just to settle her down a little bit. She saw that as well as the official.
So Bears lead is 3:37 remaining third quarter, 29-26. Smith with the basketball. We'll give to Grotehouse. Grotehouse back to Smith. Now bounce pass to Grotehouse on left wing. Back to Smith. Smith looks to drive, then gives to Grotehouse, who launches another 3. Buries it! 32-26 and a turnover. They're going to call Ella Voigt on a foul. 90 feet away from the basket.
That's all right. Just trying to jump that there. Just a second for her. But that's what makes the Bears work. We got to have that pressure.
Yep. Tight pressure, and official saw some contact there.
And that pressure gets helped a bunch when the ball goes through the net. That's the best way for us to get some pressure.
Stolen away by Voigt. That time it worked. Voigt will find Grotehouse. Grotehouse dribbles inside, puts up a shot at the foul line, no good. Rebound comes down to JoJo Knight. of Elida. Knight brings it up. 32-26 Bears, 2:56 remaining third quarter.
Knight doesn't look extremely comfortable up there handling the basketball.
It's particularly not on pressure.
Yeah.
They get underneath.
She's not used to having in a varsity ball game right
Baseline
now.
to Kuhn, 3-ball or a 2-ball for Addison Freeman.
Yeah, that's a nice find
That
right
was
there,
a great
senior
find.
to senior.
Bears will bring it up.
Still using that pressure, and that's why JoJo Knight's out there. You can see they're using her at the top of that zone just to be long and hard to see around.
Kaylee Thiel misses the shot. I think Kaylee Thiel would have shot that shot to get the contact and go to the line.
And that's on Freeman. That's her third. That's a big call right there.
So Kaylee Thiel will head to the line to shoot 2.
And I think if you're the Bryan coaching staff, you have to know where 10 is all the time and attack her at this point with 3 fouls. Because that changes things a lot for Elida if she's off the floor.
And Coach Walker just signaled that in. He said 10, and then he held up 3 fingers.
Yeah, I think anytime you have the chance to attack her, you need to attack her.
Bears have not been great from the foul line.
No, great job there by Rao and Langander for keeping that alive.
So Bears have it still underneath Thiel. And they're call her for traveling. There's a couple of times there that
started that move just a little bit before she was ready to and didn't get her feet under. I think if they hadn't called it, I don't know that you're going to get a whole lot of hooting and hollering, but even Kaylee knew she got a little off balance there.
Freeman working against Langander, she'll bring it up. They find Mitchell wide open for a 3. It's an air ball. Peyton Kuhn comes in and puts up a 2-pointer. Quick answer, 32-30.
And that's what we talked about. Got to be able to keep him off the backside. It's tough with a long shot and the air ball on the backside there, getting that rebound, but you don't like to give up those second chances.
Smith has it, top of the key, feet underneath the Thiel, up and good with the right hand. Kaylee Thiel stepping on the right block.
Good ball movement from the Bears, got the defense out of whack. Mitchell wasn't able to recover in time for Elida, an easy bucket for Thiel.
Freeman double teamed, able to get it to Mitchell. Now a 3-ball for Kuhn, no good. Rebound comes down to Freeman. Freeman gets it stripped, but she's going to draw the foul as Kaylee Thiel goes down hard. They're going to call the foul on Mara Smith.
And that's going to be 3 on Mara.
And that'll bring in, let's see, Boyd will come back in, as will Ali Allspaw. Thiel will sit down. Thiel hit the deck pretty hard there.
Yeah, I think she took a shoulder after the foul by Smith from Freeman.
Inbound, and that's a travel because she did not give it to her. You're not allowed to give it to yourself.
Be a heck of a design if you could pull that off. I think that's the first time I've seen it.
34-30, minute 26 remaining third quarter. Main stop scoreboard shows the Bears in favor. Mara Smith has the basketball. We'll give over to Rao. Rao tries to fake the defense out, give it to Grotehouse. Now back underneath to Allspaw, back out to Voigt. Voigt will give to Smith. Smith drives, finds Allspaw underneath. It's blocked away, out of bounds. And JoJo Knight at 5'10" has been super active right now.
She has. She's been all over for Elida, doing a great job, giving them a huge spark defensively. Nice find there by Mara Smith, just a better play defensively by Elida.
Smith inbounds. And she gets it underneath to Grotehouse, who will drive, put up the shot with the right hand, miss it. Rebound will come down to Freeman, and she's hustling. Freeman gets down, gets pretty deep. Heard the slap up here they didn't call.
Great job getting back on defense there by the Bears.
Kuhn throws up a 3 and misses it. And it's stolen right away by Leah Ramirez, and right back by Mara Smith. Little sloppy, and Coach Grostein wants everybody to settle down.
I think both coaches would appreciate that.
Right.
Been a little bit loose with the basketball here for both teams. Defensive intensity's been good, but been pretty loose with the basketball too.
Smith with the basketball underneath. Allspaw up, and no good. Rebound comes down to Voigt, hits the deck, and we got it loose on the floor, picked up by Mara Smith. Smith running into trouble, finds Allspaw, who puts it up from the foul line, no good. Rebound down to Freeman. Kuhn has it running now. Underneath to Ramirez, stops, pops, short. Rebound comes down to the Bears, and they won't have time to get a shot off. At the end of the third quarter of play, it is 34-30 in favor of the Golden Bears. Wow. Going to take a timeout, come back with more after this on the Golden Bears Sports Network.
I'm Tom Turnbull of Oberlin-Turnbull Funeral Home and Crematory. Family owned, family focused, celebrating our 100th anniversary, 2022.
It's great working with family. The relationship we have with one another allows us to focus on your family and help guide you through the planning process.
We focus in on your family's needs to make sure that everything is done the way that you and your family want.
Right now, our family wants a Golden Bear victory.
Oberlin-Turnbull Funeral Home and Crematory. Family owned, family focused.
When you're looking for that unusual part like a battery for your key fob, or everyday car parts like windshield washing fluid, wipers, motor oil or filters, antifreeze or batteries, don't forget to stop by your local Napa store in Bryan. They have the parts in stock. If you're buying any of these parts from anyone other than Napa in Bryan, you're paying too much.
Back out on the Golden Bears Sports Network, 34-30. The Lady Bears on top, the main stop scoreboard as we start the fourth quarter of play. This game last year, back on January 21st, Bryan won 56-28. It was a running clock in the second half. This game totally different than last game.
Just 180 degrees different from where we were. 4-point lead with a quarter to play. All that matters right now is the next 8 minutes. Nothing from January matters at this point.
For sure. Elida moving the basketball around. They got Emma Mitchell. She feeds inside and stolen away by Mara Smith.
Good double in the post there by Mara Smith. Everybody saw what Elida was trying to do with ISO with Freeman, and she just stepped in front of that pass from the backside.
Smith has the basketball, gives to Grodhouse, who launches a three, no good. Rebound. Freeman had it, and I thought Freeman touched it. Ooh. But they're going to say she didn't. They're going to say it just went out of bounds.
Reese just has to keep shooting. You shoot yourself into it, you shoot yourself out of it. She's going to have chances, and that's the person we want with the ball in her hands. She just got to trust herself. She knows her teammates and coaches do.
Freeman brings it down quickly. We'll give it to Mitchell. I can't believe how much 6'2" Emma Mitchell plays out.
Yeah, she's way more of a perimeter player.
She is. Freeman has it.
And with her and Freeman and Knight on the floor, they are a really tough matchup inside if they wanted to use it.
Mitchell comes inside, the three-point arc, gets it. Ooh, they're going to draw a foul. Freeman missed the shot, and then they're going to call Lopez.
Tough one on Lopez right there getting called for the push.
That's 4 for her. Three for her. Sorry,
three for her, 3 for Freeman. And on the Bryan side, Mara Smith has 3. Foul trouble, a little bit of an issue, but not a ton of game left either.
Right, exactly. Smith will give to Voigt. Voigt crosses the timeline, goes left side to Rao. Rao feeds underneath, Thiel's underneath, misses the shot, draws the contact, will head to the line.
That's probably a pretty good foul there from Emma Mitchell. Kaylee Thiel has struggled a little bit from the line today, so I would think from Coach Jenkins' standpoint, it's better to give up that foul than to give up the bucket.
And Thiel had a nice job getting herself free.
That's a spot that's been open all day for the Lady Bears against that zone, is on the baseline.
Kaylee Thiel, you can see the frustration in her face.
Yeah, and it's tough when you start to feel that way. She's got to trust herself here. This is where we want her.
That one rattles home. So it's a 5-point lead for the Bears at 35-30, 6:49 remaining. Elida brings up the basketball. Kuhn with it, working against Grodhouse. They squeeze her into the corner. She'll give to Freeman. Freeman looks to drive, makes a nice move, shot up, and good. Nice move by Freeman right there.
Yeah, but you can't defend it much better than Voigt and Thiel did. They even had a little help from Mara Smith. That's just a really good score. When she wants to get to the basket, she's going to get to the basket.
Grodhouse will come into the lane, put up a scoop shot, draw the foul. She'll head to the line. And we're going to see a lot of that. And they called that on JoJo Knight. That'll be her first.
It's going to be a good break there for Elida. That would have been 3 on Mitchell, who's been playing a ton of minutes here in the second half.
First one is good for Grodhouse. 36-32. Thiel will have a seat. Next one for Grodehouse is good. That gives Reese 15 points, excuse me. Elida bringing it up quickly. Freeman has it. Cross courts it. Ramirez all by herself. Now back to Freeman. Right wing. Freeman launches a three. No good. Rebound comes off front iron to Grodehouse. Grodehouse will give to Voigt. Voigt on the outlet. Waits for traffic to clear. Gives back to Grodehouse.
Yeah, good decision there by Ella Voigt. Nice push against the pressure. Good decision not to push too quick, but let her teammates catch up. Every possession matters so much right now for the Bears.
Yep. Bears up by 5. And Bears happy to move things around and get a good shot underneath and missed by Blaze Langendorfer. Blaze wants that one back for sure.
Absolutely. Great feed from Ella Voigt right there. You're not going to get too many bunnies in a game like this that are uncontested.
Elida missed the shot. Rebound comes down to Langendorfer. She'll give out to Grodehouse. 5:25 remaining. Bears lead is 5.
Right now, I can't imagine Coach Grosjean's all that upset with just burning some clock every trip down.
Absolutely.
You don't want to lose your rhythm and your pace, but you don't want to force things you don't need to force. We need good looks and good buckets every trip we can get them.
Shot was missed by Ella Voigt. I mean, again, another real close shot. That one contested a little bit more.
Contested a little more, tougher shot, trying to go with the reverse layup, but Ella Voigt can make that shot all day, too. So a couple of bunnies that we didn't get the last 2 trips. Tough to give away any looks at this point.
Freeman fires down to Bella Lopez, who got behind the defense, and that cannot happen. 37-34.
Ran away from Mara Smith there and not able to catch up with her.
Bears feed it to Thiel, now over to Voigt. Voigt back to Smith, top of the key. Now back to Voigt. Voigt now back to Thiel. Thiel loses the basketball, puts it up, and it rolls off.
Wow, that's 3 of them, Chris.
Yeah.
3 of them in maybe the last 4 trips that have just not gone from point-blank range.
3 ball, no good for Elida, and we're going to foul.
Great check out by Mara Smith, and you're going to get 4th on Lopez.
I tell you what, the way the Lady Bears have been shooting right under that basket here in the second half, I talked to the tournament director, Steve Lemley, and he said that they're going to cut the net down. Whoever wins cuts the net down over here. It's the Lady Bears. They might cut it down and burn it.
They might cut down the net. They might take the rim with them. They may want to put a hammer through the backboard. You're right.
Bears have it after the foul, and we're going to get a foul on Elida. Who they whistle that on? 14, JoJo Knight.
Little push, and now the Bears are shooting free throws now the rest of the way. Oh, that was, yeah, so Bears are shooting it now the rest of the way home.
So Voigt has the foul shots coming.
And this is who we want.
Yep. All right, let's see what Voigt can do here with a 1-and-1. First one is good, perfect. 38-34. Free throws tonight being sponsored by Welling Construction, a third-generation family-owned general contractor for quality custom homes, renovation projects, and commercial work. Contact us at 419-636-3712. Second one off front iron. Bears get the rebound, though. Kaylee Thiel has it. Will turn and give it to Smith, and Smith runs into Ramirez. That's the second time Leah Ramirez, his feet have gotten caught up with Smith.
Yeah, and this time's going to get us hopefully 2 free throws.
38-34. Voigt was 1 of 2 on that trip, but the Bears got the rebound. And they're subbing out Leah Ramirez for Bella Lopez, who has 4.
Yep.
You got to put your best ones on the floor with 4 minutes.
A little better defender here, down 4. Doesn't do any good to leave Lopez on the bench and watch your season end.
First one for Mara Smith is good. 5-point lead for the Bears at 39-34, 4:11 remaining. 4th quarter on the main stop scoreboard. Next one for Smith, good. 6-point lead for the Bears.
A couple of big ones there for the junior point guard. Did a nice job, steadied herself for her first trip to the line today.
Freeman will give over to Lopez. Lopez misses the shot. Rebound comes down to Thiel.
Great
outlet
challenge
to
by
Grodehouse.
Langendorfer. Altered that shot. Every trip counts. You want to make sure you're ending every trip with a good look or with free throws at this point if you're the Lady Bears.
Stolen away by Freeman,
Definitely
and she is
turnovers.
close to the line there.
Do a better job of taking care of the basketball.
For
That
sure.
is 7 this half for the Bears.
Freeman has it, comes inside, puts up a shot and good. And a timeout for Coach Jenkins. Timeout's being sponsored by Stockman Lawn Service. Sorry, continue there with your thought there.
No, it's just that shot, that's money all day for Freeman. That's just too easy for her right there, but it was too easy on the other end. Just a lazy pass to the wing. She stepped in front, and a chance to go up 8 turns into now you're up 4.
Yep. All right, so timeout sponsored by Stockman Lawn Service for lawn care, snow removal, fertilizer, and spraying. Call Stockman Lawn Service at 419-636-6572. Back in 30.
Let's play together. Bryan, Ohio will have a new inclusive playground on the site of the former Lincoln Elementary School. An inclusive playground is a place for children and families of all physical, mental, and social abilities to learn, play, and grow together. We are currently raising funds with the goal of starting construction this fall. The Lincoln Park Inclusive Playground Project is an initiative of Bryan Parks and Recreation using a project fund at the Bryan Area Foundation. To learn more or make a donation, visit BryanAreaFoundation.org.
Tails. Back out on the Golden Bears Sports Network, the Lady Bears lead on the main stop scoreboard, 40-36. Main stops open when you need them. You're always near a main stop. Don't forget about Thirsty Thursday every Thursday. 4-point lead for the Bears. They have the basketball, 3:36 remaining fourth quarter.
They have the basketball. We're in the bonus. We've got the possession arrow.
Lose the
basketball. Can't do is just give the ball away.
That'll be a jump ball.
Away.
Yep, we do. We have not taken care of the basketball tonight.
No, very out of character for the Lady Bears.
Yeah. Well, if they get out of here, they're going to be very thankful they survived this game.
Yeah, and it's a long way from being a sure thing. Yeah.
Yep. Rao with the basketball will give to Grotehouse.
Now Elida's come out of that zone and man-to-man. They need to force the pressure or force the issue a little bit in the half court.
They had Thiel streaking pretty wide open. Grotehouse has it. She'll drive, be in the key, then dish back out. Now Grotehouse has it on the left wing.
I think the Bears look even more comfortable here in their man-to-man offense than they did against the zone. Elida just can't sit in the zone anymore and let us burn clock easy.
Yep. Boyd has it here. We'll hand off, and we're going to get a timeout by Coach Grosjean. We're just going to take this one with them. 2:49 remaining, 40-36. Back after this.
When you're looking for that unusual part like a battery for your key fob, or everyday car parts like windshield washing fluid, wipers, motor oil or filters, antifreeze or batteries, don't forget to stop by your local Napa store in Bryan. They have the parts in stock. If you're buying any of these parts from anyone other than Napa in Bryan, you're paying too much.
The Bryan Athletic Boosters is excited to announce the Community Athletics Capital Improvement Project to update and enhance the football stadium, creating a community multi-purpose facility, safer practice facilities, and a better experience for middle school student athletes. The Bryan Athletic Boosters are actively seeking donations for this project. For more information or to donate, go to BryanAthleticBoosters.com. With your help, they can continue the Bryan tradition of pride, dedication, and excellence. Go Bears!
Back out on the Golden Bears Sports Network, 2:49 remaining here, fourth quarter. Bears lead Elida 40-36. They have the basketball. And it's stolen away by Freeman. Another turnover for the Bears. Freeman loses the basketball, poked out by Rao.
Great hustle there by Ella Rao, saving possession. Nice job by Freeman on that end, doubling, taking the ball away from Thiel. And Ella Rao with a big, big defensive play for the Bears right now with 2.5 left in this game.
Need to get Reese Grotehouse and Ella Voigt with the basketball. And we're going to get a, wow. They're going to say, did she say they palmed it?
I think he's calling a carry, yeah.
Interesting. Another
tight
turnover.
Quarters. I think a little hesitation dribble there by Reese to try to get it to the basket.
Okay, so Elida will have it down 4 with 2:21 remaining. Freeman working against Voigt. Freeman moves it up quickly. She go baseline. Bump off Voigt. Shot is missed. Rebound comes down, and the entire Elida fan base was not happy about that.
Yeah, that's just great defense there by Ella Voigt. stuck on her one-on-one, got a little help down there, but stayed straight up, forced the miss, got the defensive rebound out of it.
And it's turned over again by the Bears, and then Grotehouse will commit the foul. Oh.
Just a lot of uncharacteristic play here by the Bears today.
And I think it's what you said, being off for a week or
it
more.
Just feels like we're trying to shake off some rust at the wrong time of the year.
It's knocked out of bounds. Did they whistle Voigt for a foul, or no? They said it was off Voigt. Okay.
Ella just would like that called off of Freeman. I think she thought that went off of Freeman.
1:52 remaining, 4-point lead for the Bears. Freeman has it, working against Voigt.
You need to give Freeman a lot of credit too. She's been
now Voigt's going to get a foul.
Ball's been in her hand all day. Elida's asked her to bring it up. She's got to be the main scorer. She's playing defense, not getting any breaks. You got to be pretty impressed with the kind of ball game she's played.
So the Bears on defense now, as Elida will inbound with Peyton Kuhn. They still lead by 4, minute 47, but nothing is certain here. They give it to Freeman. Freeman is working on Voigt. Freeman works around a screen. Now cross courts it over to Lopez. Lopez looks to drive, gives back to Freeman. Now cross court over to Kuhn. JoJo Knight will go baseline, then dribble back out. Back to Freeman.
Great help there in the post.
And we got travel violation.
Great defensive possession right there by the Lady Bears.
Made them waste a bunch of time.
Switched on a bunch of screens. Everybody stayed home. I tell you, that right there might have been the worst part of the defensive possession, is we didn't close out on our feet, but it forced a turnover out of Knight. So, it went about as good as it could have went for the Lady Bears right there. Now we need to get a bucket on this end and get this out of just being a 4-point ball game.
Knocked out of bounds. It'll stay here, as Smith couldn't handle it, but Lopez was the one that knocked it out.
Coach Grosjean's got to find a way right now with the girls to use Elida's aggressiveness against them, because they're really picking everything up really high, bringing the pressure all the way up to the top. There's going to be room down low, whether that's off a screen or a back door.
And we've seen that with Voigt a lot. Voigt gets the inbound over to Thiel. And I like how Mara Smith went into the backcourt, kind of drawing a defender back there.
And
did you see that? She went back there. And
and the other thing we need to do is we need to make sure with 1:10 left that the ball's in Ella Voigt's hands, Reese Grotehouse, and Mara Smith. Kaylee Thiel struggled today. Ella Rouse only a 35% free throw shooter. We need it in good free throw shooters' hands, because Elida's going to be forced to foul here pretty soon.
As we hit the 1-minute mark, Voigt with it, cross court to Rao. Now bounce pass
keep it right here and force a foul out. Right now, Grotehouse and Voigt should just play catch.
Yep. Now they come over to Rao. Rao will give to Smith. Bounce pass to Grotehouse. Now back to Rao.
Grotehouse has got to get it right back.
She does.
This isn't where we want it.
Okay, Smith will be fouled and will head to the line. Yep, I see what you're saying. Let's see. Excuse me, Ella Rao will head to the line. She's only 36% from there.
Yep. It's her opportunity. First time today to the line, so be her opportunity for her first points of the ball game. If she can knock down a couple of free throws, it'd be really big here for the Bears, obviously.
Elida bringing in some fresh legs. We saw Libby Sanders for the first time today. First one for Rao, no good. Rebound comes down to Freeman. She's running, 37 seconds. She'll go to the line after a foul on Mara Smith.
And Bryan Bench asking for the carry on Freeman, like what was just called against Reese Grotehouse.
Yep.
Freeman goes to the line.
33.2. Freeman is a 64-point free throw shooter. The first one is good.
5 points for her in the fourth quarter here. Bears have scored 6 in the quarter, all of those from the free throw line. Not a made field goal for the Bears in the fourth quarter.
And we've got a timeout called by Coach Jenkins, and she's icing her own foul shooter. I normally would say that, but Freeman's so good, I don't think that is a problem at all.
And I don't disagree with this at all. Give her a chance to catch her breath. I mean, I don't think she hasn't come off the floor all day. She's been playing baseline to baseline, and she's got to be tired. She's not even sitting on the bench over there because she just wants a drink.
Yeah. What are you saying? You call that timeout for an obvious reason.
Well, she's going on the make here. She may go make or miss, but she wants pressure right off of this regardless. And then I think she's got to be talking to her troops a little bit about we can't let Bryan burn time off the clock. If they get it across half court, talking about the Lady Bears, then Elida has to foul right away. And if she's smart, and if she's checked out some stats, she's telling them who to foul right now, if you can avoid it, if you can avoid fouling the good shooters. Otherwise, hopefully in our huddle right now, we're talking about how we can keep the ball in the hands of Reese Grodehouse, Ella Voigt. Mara Smith's knocked down both the free throws she shot today, and keep it in their hands, make sure they're touching it all the time, because it's going to have to come down to foul shooting at this point.
The possession arrow is in favor of Elida, by the way.
Next foul on the Bears puts Elida to the line for a 1-and-1 also, so both teams in the bonus. Possession arrow to the Bulldogs.
The next Elida foul will be a double bonus for the Bears. So 2 foul shots. Freeman has 1 coming. That one is no good. Rebound comes down to Kaylee Thiel, and we're going to get a foul on 21, Alexis Ward, and Ward got the foul and the worst of the contact.
Yeah, she pulled Kaylee Thiel down right on top of her, so Kaylee Thiel will go to the line. Just a 1-and-1 situation still, correct? Or is that 10?
No, that should be 2. That's 10.
Okay, that's good for the Bears.
So Thiel will go to the line. Mara Smith and Reese Grodehouse are camped out back by Bella Lopez.
Not a bad foul at all for Elida right there.
Yep.
Big free throw. 4, get it to 5.
And last time after a free throw, Bella Lopez beat the Golden Bears back, so they need to keep an eye on her.
Yeah, the Golden Bear bench has made sure we've got a little bit of deeper coverage back there this time.
That is an air ball.
That lets the Bears set up some pressure even off of a miss right now. We're okay.
Coach Grosjean wants to have a chat. And it is going to be a 30-second timeout. Again, I want to thank our sponsors bringing you the game tonight. They include Andrews O'Neill Lowe, the Bryan Athletic Boosters, Bryan Ford Lincoln, Bryan Parks and Rec, Danielle Van Atta Agency, Fackler Monument, Jason Dietsch Automotive, Laub Auto Parts, Newcomer Schaefer, Spangler, Brininger and Rakes, Northwest State Community College, Oberlin-Turnbull Funeral Home and Crematory, Real Estate Advantage, Starks Plumbing and Heating and Veteran Services of Williams County. All right. What is Coach Grosjean saying in the huddle right now?
Well, right now he's got a chance to set up pressure if he wants, or talk to his girls about how he wants to defend. Obviously not sending Elida to the free throw line. You're not giving up easy buckets, but you also don't want to let them go to the line and just get points without the clock running. So we'll see whether or not we're going to play in the front court or we're going to sit back and play D. We know where the ball's going to go. It's going to be in Addison Freeman's hands. We've got to make sure that if we help off, we're scrambling to shooters. It's a 4-point game, so Elida can shoot anything, but they've subbed in number 32, Olivia Sanders, right now, I imagine because she can shoot it. I would think that she's in there to get a touch from 3, or if she gets fouled, to get to the line.
Freeman brings it down, working on Voigt. Good defense by the Golden Bears. Freeman launches a 3. No good. Rebound comes down. Ramirez on the baseline. Falling out of bounds, gives it to Sanders. Sanders loses the basketball, and it'll stay right here at 16.3.
Upside for the Bears. That burned off about 15 or 16 seconds. 16 left in the game now. Make Elida work for everything. Nothing easy and no fouls.
They get it to Freeman. Freeman working on Voigt. Freeman falls down with the basketball.
Just rolled over her foot, even smiling as she was laying there. She knew that was just bad luck.
3 ball is missed by Sanders. Bears come down with it. Bears are going to lose it. Freeman has another chance at a 3. No good. And the rebound will come down, and the Golden Bears are victorious. They survive Elida. And they are excited at half court right now. 41-37. Wow. What a game. And definitely not like the last one. And I tell you what, Elida Bulldogs played really, really hard today, and they had a good game plan against the Lady Bears.
They did. You have to give them a lot of credit. The girls and the coaches did a great job making life really, really hard for the Lady Bears.
All right, we're going to take our timeout. When we come back, we will take a look at our stats and talk with Coach Grosjean after this on the Golden Bear Sports Network.
Hi. If you haven't stopped by Bryan Ford Lincoln to test drive the all-electric F-150 Lightning
or the rugged and sporty Ford Bronco, we only have one question for you.
Why not?
This Ford Bronco is great for daily commutes or the Outback.
And this F-150 Lightning will do 0 to 60 in 4 seconds without using a drop of gasoline. When you stop by and see us at Bryan Ford Lincoln, you can test drive either of these great vehicles.
Stop by and see us. we'll help you order the exact vehicle that you want and need.
So stop by and see us today at Bryan Ford Lincoln.
Of a person's life.
Back on the Golden Bear Sports Network. We're going to cut that one down because we want to show the net cutting here. Hopefully our camera person can get into range and get behind the basket there and be able to show the net cutting down here as Allie Allspaw will go behind the net and trim off a little piece here as the Bears win the sectional final. And what a win, 41-37 for the Bears. You can continue tallying those up if you need to, and you can even read them out if you're done.
Yeah, I think we're good right now. Well, we're done right now, we'll say that. I don't know if these numbers are going to look real good to any Bears fans other than the one that matters. So I'd say we'll start on the Elida side of things. They were led by Addison Freeman, the senior. Much better day today for her. Man, she touched the ball a lot, played a great game. That kid's got a lot to be proud of.
She does. She's a great basketball player.
13 points from Elida. Then they got 8 from Bella Lopez and 8 from Peyton Kuhn. So the 3 seniors really showed up for Coach Jenkins today. 4 points from a Emma Mitchell, and 4 points from JoJo Knight. Those 2 came off the bench and played really good minutes for Elida. Total of their 37 points. Elida was just 2 of 16 from 3 and 27 turnovers. Both of those numbers are huge as far as a difference in a 4-point ball game. And they were 7 of 12 from the free throw line. On the Bryan side of the ledger, the Bears got some balance in scoring, kind of like what we're used to seeing. Reese Grodehouse did not have a great day. She was 3 of 10 from 3, but she ended up with 15 points, 2 big free throws in the fourth quarter, 9 points from Ella Voigt, 7 points from both Kaylee Thiel and Mara Smith, and Blaze Langendorfer chipped in a 3-pointer in the first half. Shooting was the story for the Bears, I thought. 5 of 18 from 3, missed a lot of shots under the bucket, just 10 of 20 from the free throw line. You know, and that's something that on the tournament trail is something you've got to be able to address. You've got to be able to make free throws in tight ball games. 10 of 20 for the game, but we were also 7 of 11 in the fourth quarter. So we shot it a lot better in the fourth quarter when it mattered. Mara Smith made 2 big ones, Reese made 2 big ones, and Ella and Kaylee both made some shots from the free throw line. So did enough to win. This is your old tournament adage of survive and advance by definition. A team that we blew the doors off of early in the year survived by 4 points. The most important thing is the score on the board right there, and we get to go on to the next step of the tournament.
Let you watch your daughter cut the net down here as a freshman. Hopefully she's doing that like a lot more.
Yeah, it'd be nice to see this become a trend.
Be really nice. Lady Bears have a great time. And let's take a look at some of our second half action as we look at the girls cutting the nets down. We've got some replays there from the second half, and Tony, go ahead and run those. Again, if you're listening on the radio, 41-37, Bears win, and Bears really escaped tonight. You know, here's a big 3 ball from Reese Grodehouse that was really critical at that point in time. Then the steal on the other end, a quick fire ahead and a find for Voigt, which she did a lot of the night. Another big 3 from Reese Grodehouse again. And then right here, Mara Smith with a great feed to Kaylee Thiel, who put it up and in. And just a great second half effort by the Golden Bears. And
we talked about it. When the ball moved against the zone and we made Elida rotate, we got a lot of good, clean looks. If the ball got stagnant, if it didn't move real quick, then offense was tough. And again, a ton of credit to Coach Jenkins and her team. It would have been real easy for them to say, oh, no, we got to play them again. And that's not how that went at all. They gave the Bears everything they wanted today. And, you know, realistically, the way that game went, it wouldn't have been surprising to see Elida walk out of here and head to Paulding. You know, just some struggles with the ball, 27 turnovers. Cannot turn the ball over 27 times against anybody. And that 2 of 16 from 3 didn't help anything either.
All right, we're going to take a timeout. We'll come back, hopefully talk with Coach Grosjean after this on the Golden Bear Sports Network.
The Bryan Athletic Boosters is excited to announce the Community Athletics Capital Improvement Project to update and enhance the football stadium, creating a community multi-purpose facility, safer practice facilities, and a better experience for middle school student athletes. The Bryan Athletic Boosters are actively seeking donations for this project. For more information or to donate, go to BryanAthleticBoosters.com. With your help, they can continue the Bryan tradition of pride, dedication, and excellence. Go Bears!
Let's play together. Bryan, Ohio will have a new inclusive playground on the site of the former Lincoln Elementary School. An inclusive playground is a place for children and families of all physical, mental, and social abilities to learn, play, and grow together. We are currently raising funds with the goal of starting construction this fall. The Lincoln Park Inclusive Playground Project is an initiative of Bryan Parks and Recreation using a project fund at the Bryan Area Foundation. To learn more or make a donation, visit BryanAreaFoundation.org.
The Bryan Athletic Boosters is excited to announce the Community Athletics Capital Improvement Project to update and enhance the football stadium, creating a community multi-purpose facility, safer practice facilities, and a better experience for middle school student athletes. The Bryan Athletic Boosters are actively seeking donations for this project. For more information or to donate, go to BryanAthleticBoosters.com. With your help, they can continue the Bryan tradition of pride, dedication, and excellence. Go Bears!
Score tonight 41-37 in favor of the Golden Bears. They will advance and they will face St. Mary's on next Thursday at 7:30 at Paulding. So Lady Bears going to take a quick picture here.
And I think that's another one. They'll probably get a little bit of time this week in practice to talk about, hey, that one wasn't real difficult the last time we played them either. And I think you got to be ready for St. Mary's best. You and I both had a chance to watch. So you saw most of it. I saw, I think, 3/4 of the St. Mary's Fostoria game. Fostoria came in at 20-2 and the number 4 seed, and St. Mary's really controlled that game throughout. They did it with 3 players. They did it with an undersized lineup. They didn't play a lot of kids. They're not a super deep team. Same thing we saw before. But we're going to get their best effort, and nothing's easy in the tournament at any point. So I think that's one thing Coach Grosjean's going to talk to the girls over and over and over about is you've got to come ready to play every game against everybody, because you're going to get their A game when you got a bullseye on your back. We've talked about it with league games and stuff like that in the past. When you got a bullseye on your back like that, you've got to be ready to get everybody's best shot. So who knows? Sometimes when you've had a year like we've had, a 4 straight league championship, you're 20-2. You blew this team out the first time you saw them. Sometimes you need a little bit of a wake-up call. Basketball's a long season. So hopefully a 4-point victory is a wake-up call, and that just gets us started on a little bit of a tournament trail run here.
All right, so Coach Grosjean is going to come up, and he's saying hi to some people in the crowd, and he's heading up to talk with us. Hopefully we have a microphone coming. We do. We're going to talk to him here shortly. I think his wife probably wants to come up and see him too.
Yeah, well, she's probably got some suggestions.
She probably. Oh, that's loud again.
She may just want to wait until later and get a rundown on things.
All right, let's see if we got this right here. Let's see. I don't have it, Tony. I'm going to switch mics real quick. And I'm on camera. Why am I on camera as I'm doing this?
Just put a little more pressure on you.
That's right. It is. All right, Coach Grosjean. Sorry about that.
It's all right.
Congratulations on the victory.
Wow.
A little bit different than the last time.
Yeah, and it's hard to sell the kids on that. Obviously, January they had an hour and a half bus ride and on a Saturday morning, and we jumped on them early, and it wasn't, it was a running clock to start the third quarter, and I knew it wasn't going to be that way. We tried to tell the kids that, and obviously we played with a lot of jitters that first half, and into the third quarter we tried to settle them down at halftime, and we were just and credit to Elida, they forced the ticket. They were pressuring us, making us play fast, and we just weren't very careful with the basketball, and we settled down enough and made a few plays. Reese hit a couple big threes in front of our bench I think it was the third or fourth quarter to give us a little cushion. And obviously the Freeman girl
she's the real deal.
She's really good. We held her in check the first game, but today, she had her way with us, and it wasn't like we weren't in the neighborhood, but they isolated her, we switched on a couple occasions and had the wrong person on her in the post, and survive in advance, they always say.
Yep. Survive in advance. All in all, I think you look at it, you had some seniors on the floor for Elida who probably just took that first one a little personal. Freeman being one, Kuhn being one, and Lopez, she played a really good ball game today too. that's one of the things when a tournament rolls around, these guys all know this is our last chance and you're going to get everybody's best shot.
Exactly, and the Lopez girl hurt us in the first half. That we had a couple of chances for rebounds, and we're fighting amongst ourselves on a couple occasions, and the ball just ended up in their hands, and a lot of times it was her hands, and she was able to convert, and their defense was extended, and we had trouble getting the ball to the high post, and when we did, we were pretty successful, but we didn't get it there near enough.
No. So St. Mary's now the next week. Another team we've seen earlier in the year, another team that we beat at home earlier in the year. We had a chance. We got in here and saw them a little bit early. I know you got some scouting that you're going to do that you got done. So initial thoughts going into next Thursday.
Well, it's going to be very close. Obviously, we know each other very well. We played each other in a tournament last year. I think the year before that. So there aren't many secrets anymore. And obviously, their first 5-6 kids are really solid. They can shoot the three. The post player is as athletic as anybody we're going to play. She had a nice ball game today. We're going to have to really guard and obviously play a little more relaxed than we did today.
Yeah, it seemed like we were a little uptight. Way more turnovers than what we're used to. Didn't take care of the basketball as well as what we normally do.
Yeah, and again, credit Elida. They were aggressive, and as you said, those seniors, when it's your last hurrah, you're going to obviously play with a little bit more bounce in your step and a little more desperation. And so,
not going out without a fight. They played really hard. You got to give them a lot of credit.
Yep. Yeah, absolutely.
All right, Bears win 41-37. Congratulations. We'll talk to you before next Wednesday's game. Congratulations.
Thanks, Bryan.
All right, Coach Todd Grosjean of the Bryan Golden Bears. All right, that's going to do it for us here from Elida, or actually from Bluffton against Elida. I want to thank our broadcast crew. What am I seeing? What? Oh, the bracket. Sorry, I missed the bracket. We got the bracket on the screen if you're watching. Bryan advances to face St. Mary's, and the winner of that one will face either Bath, Shawnee, Liberty Benton, or Defiance in the district final. So district semifinals at Paulding. We will have that game for you. Okay, I want to thank our broadcast crew. Our director engineer is Tony Malanga. Our cameras, Dominic Malanga and John Tripodi. I want to thank the athletic department at BHS, Chad Savage and Teresa Kuzmal. Our tournament manager here at Bluffton, Steve Lemley. Steve did a great job with this tournament. Real hospitable to us. We appreciate that. Our board op back at WQCT has been Ben Murray, and Ben Reif is our WOSN sports director. Next game for us is going to be Wednesday evening. The boys are going to open tournament play against Maumee at Anthony Wayne. We're going to have that game on Q96.5 and BryanSports.com beginning around 5:45. Today's game is going to air tomorrow at 9 on WOSM. Watch on Spectrum Channel 19 or Channel 26 on your antenna. This broadcast is a collaboration between WQCT Radio, BryanSports.com, and the West Ohio Sports Network. This broadcast is for the private use of our audience. Any duplication or other use of this broadcast, including descriptions or accounts of the game without the express written consent of the Golden Bear Sports Network, is prohibited. The Golden Bear Sports Network is a free public service of Malanga Enterprises, LLC. All rights reserved. All right, one final time for Bryan Arnold, all of us at the Golden Bear Sports Network. I'm Chris Malanga. Your final score, 41-37. Have a great night, everybody.